delete. Okay, so for those that don't know, nothing to something. Anon dies and he gets a Snoot. But let's get to it. Let's put our back into it. After thinking that he may as well have been dead, Anon is brought back to the very definition of square one, and this time he's got a Snoot of his own. If you're going to use uppercase, please include the trademark to be respectful to the owners. Okay? Trademark. The funeral was held around midday. I stood there, hiding behind a tree as rain sprinkled from the dark clouds above, watching as everyone left the funeral that I wasn't invited to. All except Mr. This is not the song for this, Safi. What the fuck are you doing? Who's paying you, Safi? Who's paying you, Safi? No, go to downbeat. You need downbeats. Safi, for fuck's sake. The whole dramatic tension of the scene is ruined. There aren't a lot of, like... Why is this a mellow downbeat? None of these work. Let's put all of Amberlight Brilliance in the I can't use this folder. Summertime Synth. None of these are so... I think we're just not gonna have any songs right now, because I do feel that... They made the right choice not having any music. They didn't even have the stinger they were gonna add for Nasser, so hey. All except Mr. Ripley. His name would be Mr. Aaron. You don't use first names after titulature like that. Who stayed far longer to simply glare at the graves of his son and daughter. He deserves this the least out of everyone. So, did this guy know that... Okay, listen. In a lot of text editors, when you blank space, especially if you're like in proper document editors, they will let paragraphs have the little post and pre spacers. In a .txt, like Notepad++, those are generally not added, but Archive of Our Own automatically spaces your like this. It automatically spaces your paragraphs. So keep that in mind. Once everyone was gone, I approached. The alternations of my footsteps were more mechanical than human. But the same would have been true without the crutches as I looked at the writings on the tombstones. Nasser's first, polluted with various flowers. In memory of Nasser, loving son and brother. Sorry, man. I robotically hobbled to the next tombstone, one that I spend much longer to blankly stare. Here lies dearest Lucy. Heaven restores you in light. What's more fucked up than staring at your girlfriend's grave is knowing that you were the one to cause it. None of this would have happened if I'd noticed something was wrong. If I just supported Fang more instead of getting into a fight. If I never got between her and her friends by telling her how I felt. If I never bothered Fang and stayed to my... you don't stay to yourself, you keep to yourself. If I never moved to Volcaldera in the first place. Oh, because of me, Naomi, and Nasser, and all the others are gone. Well, here's the thing, right? I pointed out before. Brilliant move not having... It's nice that Reed and Spear show up at the funeral, but man, eliminating the cast in that, I don't know. In hindsight, it's a spicy sequence, but the further on we go, the more it does feel like ending thing. It's a bit gratuitous to make a point that it's not really making all that much. You know what they say, Luigi? Don't overdo the spice on the lasagna. Mario wouldn't even like lasagna. It's too much sauce for me. I like the pasta. Next thing you're gonna tell me you don't... What is it called again? Bechamel. Bechamel sauce. Hold on, I have to look up the sauce. Bechamel sauce.
Bechamel.
Bechamel. It's one of the mother sauces of French cuisine. Why did my mother add this to lasagna? That doesn't sound like Italian food. I'll waggle my finger. Oh, it is used in dishes as Italian lasagna al forno. Well, I guess I'm the silly man now. In the middle of a funeral is the best time to learn about lasagna. God damn it. Can you imagine Safi sitting over there like the corridor of the funeral? Like I didn't even notice everyone left, and I'm like, Anon, hey, buddy. See ya. Jesus. I already did my dramatics for the original ending when recording, so give me some space. It's about to get really silly anyway. I should be crying. Should be screaming to the world why I should have died instead. Instead, I just feel but I instead just feel my final plea for defying races through my mind. Don't leave me alone. I just feel alone. That's completely and utterly and hopelessly alone. The rain stops, black clouds revealing the murky grey sky. Already it seemed as if the world had already been done with me and my monologuing. A monologue from some nobody from in the middle of nowhere, with the only person I cared about now gone. Trish was right. No, she is right. Trish wasn't right, she is right. Her rightness, if anything, is still very much solidified. I know that's how you say it in English, but it's technically not correct. And as we all know, that's the best kind of correct. The moment that I thought it was somebody, I ruined everything. And I'm back to being a nobody. But it was better this way. That's not what he says. That's not what he says at all. It's also, it wasn't better. It is better this way. Why is Anon talking in past tense if he's also in present tense? I'm just saying there's a little mixture of pronouns and timelines going on here, buddy. I'll put that in the archive as, like, continued problem. We'll talk about it some other time. Slowly, I turned around, making my way back to the graveyard, giving too much time to sit on my parting thoughts, and curiously wondering, would it actually be better if I was nothing instead? I'm getting out of bed. I'm pretending I was even alive. I'm having to try. I was deeper in my thoughts than I realized as my crutch met the side of a tombstone before I fell forward, right over the edge of an open hole, clearly dug out to fit another person's grave as I met the bottom, roughly landing against the dirt. Sharp pain shot up my bandaged leg, but I didn't feel... How do you know you have pain if... Okay, listen. I understand the point, but you can't say... God damn it. You can't say, I saw, and then say, pain is exclusively felt. You cannot see pain. You can't smell it. It is felt. If you don't feel pain, it didn't happen. How would you know? He doesn't care that he has pain? Or he says, I should have felt pain in my leg. But you can't have it. You can't oxymoron like that. It's not even for a flourish. It's just weird. You know, I saw the girl, but I was blind at the time. I didn't feel anything anymore. The point here is that there's a sharp transition between Anon feeling something and not. Start off with the sharp pain, shoots up his leg. But before it got anywhere, it stopped. You know, something like that. I feel like you can make a transition from, like, the pain is this last moment of existence that resonates in his mind despite it having ended years ago. An eternity and nothing. I didn't feel anything anymore. Only my slowing breath stirring the dirt as I slowly closed my eyes. Just... let me die like this. And I stopped before starting. My eyes blinked open to the blinding light, wondering if the angry cemetery worker had finally found me, using an obnoxiously bright flashlight, showing up as practical shadow in my vision. It wasn't until the figure shifted that I was able to adjust my vision, briefly shaken from my thoughts to realize this guy had an entire floodlight pointing down at me. Wait. I blinked again, dispersing the blurriness from my visions to realize that I wasn't surrounded by climbing walls of dirt, but the dull teal hospital curtains, the light coming from a powerful lamp above a Trudon. A Trudon? The little Trudon always felt like, you know, kind of like a joke name, if anything. I don't think anyone's ever referred to as a Trudon. Right? Maybe it's just me. Well, you know, like, finding out if the last name is spelled Aaron with 2 A's or 1 A is only mentioned in the bowling alley once. And considering that's an extra sequence, Anyway, Anon's in a wacky situation. Let's give him some music. It is looping, right? Why does it always stop the looping? Stop overriding my settings, you jerk. I must have blacked out when I was on that open grave, giving me an idea of how my new life is going to pan out when I didn't feel like offing myself. Just brief moments of clarity with everything else just blurred along. But I was ready for the questions, ready for the diagnoses, ready to be giving prescriptions of antidepressants to fill the space, which in place of the crushing nothingness with the fake joy. That's not how that works, Anon. Anon, I tell you this, but your doctor doesn't just prescribe you antidepressants. That's if you have chronic depression because your brain's fucked up, which it might be. But it's pretty obvious that Anon is kind of normal. He's just in a bad spot. Like, your doctor is just gonna talk to you. They're not gonna assign. That's a psychiatrist, also, by the way. But even then, like, therapy sessions are way better unless they got like a fuck ton of lobbies behind them. Anyway, let's. But I was ready for the questions, ready for the diagnoses, ready to be given prescriptions of antidepressants to fill the place the crushing nothing in my life. I was ready for his words and my new reality. It's a boy. I was not ready for that. What I meant to say, I think I meant to say, what the fuck are you talking about? Hold on, I'm definitely going to turn down this volume and I'm going to fuck around with the sound settings of it. Give me 1 minute. Uno momento, por favor. Por favor. And now, I crank this up. I think it should be good now. Like, it's about where it was a minute ago. Should be? When is the little, thing? I don't know. I'm already barfing. I mean, this time it was definitely my fault. Wait, what? Yoshified Bandicoot? What is this man talking about? Yosh? Oh, that one. Oh, I see. Hold on, I have to... Some logistics may have gotten fucked up. Actually, no, the logistics are fine. Okay, cool. That takes a little load off my back. I need to get back to my dramatic highs. There you go. I think I meant to say, what the fuck are you talking about? Before realizing that nothing came out of my mouth, instead feeling my jaw drop dumbly. Have they already gotten me hooked up on drugs? If so, I felt pretty conscious despite my circumstances. Trying to speak again only for my mouth to open and close. One moment, I need to test the mouth. Instead feeling my jaw drop dumbly. Cool. Safi. Hold on, I need to Obama mean myself a medal. There you go, Safi. A medal for sheer excellence. Thank you, Safi. Amazing. Incredible. Such delivery. What the hell was... Oh, whoops. I was then conscious of the bed suddenly being moved. The sun lost control, causing my entire body to lock up as I was turned the other way. Facing two short compsonathesis. Compsonathesis. Jesus Christ! Woof! Can I get a pronunciation guide, please? No. I'm not gonna get one. I'm on my own. I'm on my own. I'm on my own.
Compsognathus.
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 Compsognathus and compsognosis. Compsognathus. Anna is a compsognathus. He's a compy.
Compsognathus.
Jesus Christ, Anon, could you be a slightly less complicated species? One, the husband I suspected... the husband, I suspect, was leaning and standing against the... How is he leaning in... against the hospital bed? Green eyes wide, with his round... behind-ground glasses and his snout open in joy. The other, the wife, was laying on top of a bed in a hospital gown, weakly smiling at me. Her legs low. Fucking raptor. Jesus, why am I showing me this shit? You know, Anon, there are some things that can only be cured by looking directly at a point of origin. God damn it. So, I have a serious issue with where this is coming from, and, like, you can just flash forward the shit. We do not need Anon describing birth, okay? Of all things in the universe that needed to happen, Anon describing what birth is like, it's just very low on that list as far as I'm concerned. Fucking raptor, Jesus, why are they showing me this shit? What was... why is there a rope attached to my stomach? Anon, you're covered in, like, uteral fluids. How the fuck are you this dense? Like, no one in the world would be around for like a few seconds and not go like, oh. Like, this feels like it takes too long. This should be like a rapid series of like, why is there a rope attached to... Why is there lone lines? Like, this takes too long for someone like Anon who's a bit snappy about things. He's not slow. Unless he really didn't pay attention in sex ed. I could see him not paying attention in sex ed because he's like, I already look up pornography. I know how this works. He doesn't even know which part of the condom goes out. What a nerd! I blinked again, looking down to realize I was not lying on a bed, but a gigantic surgical glove. Bloody digits gently clutching my body. Man, like... It is surprising how much modern medical science is focused around birth sucks and kills people a lot. Turns out the way we birth babies is kind of fucked up and not great at its job. My naked body. My naked green... Why would he assume that he's naked? Why wouldn't his first assumption be that he's dressed in some kind of suit? I don't know. Again, really feel that the extra spacing that, you know... Who the hell is Sour Man? Is he one of those Sour Patch Kids? Except grown up? He's the one that survived the bag. My naked, green-scaled newborn body. Again, I don't... If you're gonna do this, I think it's way better to have him just have a fucking slideshow of, like, baby born and all that fun stuff. I'm not comfortable with this. This is so weird. My tiny claws reach to touch my jaw, only to realize that I have to trail it further forward. Your jaw, Anon, still connects to your head in the same spot it did before. It's just that your mouth is further away. Like, your jaw is still there. That doesn't change with the muzzle. It just adds to your chin, you know? All I'm saying is that whoever this person is does not know that your jaw is not your chin. They are not the same. And I should know, I drew Olivia's chin. As you can see in the glorious background, I drew Anon's chin too. Man, the best part of being an artist is that you get to look at your own art and go, fuck, that shit sucks. Over and over and over again. I'm haunted by my own ghost. Although it's... the idea that the first thing that baby Anon does is like, I have a... What the hell? Wouldn't he see it? There's actually... Hold on. Please bear with me. Please bear with... Welcome to Safi Talks about what being a baby is like, current medical science believes that the way babies work is that when a baby cries, it's because they're fucked up. They are 24/7 high on the fact that their brain has no fucking clue what it's doing. Like, the reason you're a little dipshit baby is because your brain is like, what the hell are colors? What is light? What is seeing? And it gets so fucked up that the baby is like, like, Anon wouldn't see anything. He wouldn't feel anything. He would just have nerve endings, and they would be screaming at him. And this is where problems start to emerge. You cannot have Anon How would you resolve this, right? If babies are fucked up and drugged up on the fact that they are incapable of processing their own sensory information, then Anon would be confused and terrified, and in like a year's time, he'd be insane. Because he would spend a year in a body that is just screaming at him 24/7. Again, this is why you don't remember being a fucking baby. Because there is no information to remember. Your brain doesn't remember anything. There's no memory up there at that moment. There's no sensory input. It's just a blur. Which is why I don't remember any of that shit. And anyone who tells you otherwise, maybe had a fucked up brain. Possible. I'm not going to say it's impossible. Maybe had a fucked up brain that came out of the womb, freshly capable of storing information. Just for you. But most people, that's not the case. For most people, your brain is just shit fucked. Which has a problem, because that would make Anon go insane. I'd go insane if I was a baby again. If I had to go all the way back there and spend like 5 years before I could just have a fucking conversation. Here's the other question. If Anon retains the capacity to process visual information and move his hand, why can't he talk? I don't know how vocal cord formation works, but like, my impression was that the reason babies are like that, like toddlers, is because they aren't experienced enough. It takes a while to learn something, even if it's something as quote-unquote simple as walking. Although apparently there's other reasons babies can't walk. But for the most part, why not? Would Anon not... Okay, here. Anon is an adult. He knows what his body can do. He knows approximately where he should be as he goes along. Shouldn't Anon be a prodigal child? Like, no matter what he does, Anon would be way smarter than any other kid, simply because he already has 18 fucking years, apparently, readily available in that brain of his. If he remembers anything of math, even if he doesn't, he knows more. And this is why you never do the fucking baby shit again. Because imagine, by the time he's 18, he's 36. Anon is going to be a goddamn middle-aged man by the time he's a teenager. What are you doing? This is why stories that do rebirths skip the weird part. If only because mental maturity has some questions. I don't even want to know what happens if you take an adult and put him in a child's body. What happens to you if you are maturing in an environment that treats you like, what the hell would happen to you developmentally? Jesus, that's fucked up. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'd be terrified of that. I heard baby food ain't great, for one. And two, you have to lose all your teeth again? That doesn't sound great. Oh, man. Whew. Oh. How would you explain to anyone what you're feeling and experiencing? Anna remembers being a baby. Like I said, that's not normal. That's, as far as I know, that's not normal. People don't remember being a baby. He does, apparently with visual clarity. That, like... Again, I'm not saying this really matters in the grand scheme of things, but it adds a layer of fucked upness that I feel should have been its own story. This is Benjamin Button levels of, that's kind of cool, ain't it? That's a good fucking question. But it's not getting answered, and I'm upset about that. Anyway, he's a baby with a snoot. He was a dinosaur. No, you are a dinosaur. Why are you talking? Why are you shifting perspectives? My tiny claws reach up to touch my jaw. I was a Pick one, please. Now the dot. Is the point that anything that happens to Anon is sort of compartmentalized as the past because he's responding to the input? I don't know. What do you wish to name him? The doctor asked. All the while my entire being was in crisis, wondering what kind of fucked up dream I was having. And I felt more lucid than any other dream I've ever had before. Anon. Anon Agus. Anungus! I'm sorry to tell you, buddies. I'm sorry. I don't think we were ready for this. Anon Agus. Anungus. I know that at the time they probably didn't think of this, and honestly, it's probably just me thinking about it, but Anungus! It cracks me the fuck up. Why does it crack me? We never know. Finally, I did the only natural reaction to this entire situation. I screamed. Anyway, writer's notes. Ending one fucking broke me, so I wrote this. I hope to write more of this alternative start, I suppose. Or maybe like an NG Plus if you ask me. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's NG. New Game Plus. Oh god, someone else in the comments, first guy is like, Anungus? Is this an Among Us joke? I just figured I wanted the name to sound like Anon Moose, but now I was saying it out loud. Holy shit. Anungus, yeah! I love how the guest made his name Anungus. Yeah, high five, buddy. We got Guy, another guest. I've been waiting so long for our proper NG Plus fic of Snoot Game, and now I finally have it. This is bound to be an incredible ride. Hell, Anon now has to go through life again. He's going through a lot more. I got a question for you. Why would Anon remember any of it? Anon is 18 years old. By the time he is 13, he will have been through 13 more years. Half of his life at that point, half of what he remembers consciously, will have been being someone else. Why the fuck would he care? Okay, listen. He knew Fang for like 6 months. If he takes 18 years to get back there, why the fuck would he care? Would he remember? There are so many problems with this, logistically. This is why those stories start at the beginning instead of before, because it makes the logistics so silly. Gaming is served. At first you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. Very interested to see where this goes. Well, that was interesting. Never seen this take before. The end made a good chuckle. Screaming because of complete existential what the fuck, but he's also a newborn. You know, this guy's got it down pat. Here, clap, clap, gotcha. Hey, guest. I love your writing. Can't wait to see the next chapter of Tales. Oh, it had a different name at one point? Mi hermano en Cristo among us. Está jodiendo. ¿Qué esperabas? De Anglien llamado. Ako Bracadabra? What? You're damn right Naomi did nothing wrong. She is by far the best. Trip Hakumen. Isn't Hakumen that guy from BlazBlue? Do I recall characters from something that I've never played? Oh shit, I remember a BlazBlue character. Well, I mean to be fair, the reason I remember it is he looks fucking sick. I want you to look up Hakumen on BlazBlue. That man looks fucking sick. He looks like a Warframe. Jesus, he looks fucking sick. Look at that man. I want him to kick my ass. I'd feel so cool. I'd feel so cool if he beat me up. Anon unleashes the inner orc in him. Also, I'm imagining a sort of a cosmic reset type because the timeline job is depressing and the cast deserved a happy ending, damn it. Such a usual beginning intrigued me. I literally love this fic. Oh man, I love how these people are just crying. Oh shit, we're making some time jumps here. These are like April, March, Jesus. Anon is a green skilled. Cry. Ugh, everyone is thinking he's an orc. Oh, he does say wah. Para cuando no acaba. Oh, that's someone asking for a new chapter. I know a little bit of Spanish, just enough to read a sentence. God, I love that guy's profile pic. It's pretty fucking good. It's like one of those three cat faces people hang up. The Lone V. I think that guy has an OC. That's pretty cool. As a thumbnail. Don't like the clipping at the bottom. Oh no, that's just transparency issues. Fair enough. What's going on here? No, that's something that apparently the website does. How weird. Okay, let's see what's going to go next. Also, I love your other Wannabe the Gator. Wannabe the Gator? Oh, that's his name. Ako Bracadabra. It's magic. Abracadabra in May. I want to be the Gator. That one is updated September 2024. This one was May. How interesting. Very interesting, Mr. Jones. A final look at the building became too much to bear. Oh, God, he's basically written the same idea for... I mean, admittedly. I mean, I'm all for it. Gonna do a little bit of the... You know what I mean. New hire at the old pickaxe. One chapter. Holy shit, that's a fucking list of things. I'll be honest, my man, if in one chapter of 4,500 words you manage to include sex, survivor guild, PTSD, multiple positions. Like, my man, where'd you get the time? It's 4,500 words. That's what I call condensed storytelling. That's not even a wordplay. That's just saying what it is. Okay, let's take a look. How big is this? Seeing if I'm going to include it, 89 graphic depictions of violence, explicit, suicidal thoughts, reincarnation, slice of life, fluff. But is it smut? Oh yeah, he has art for this. Oh yeah, this is where he gets the goof up arm, but he's blue. That's my attack. You're blue now. The amount of times that joke is applicable to any situation is just hilarious to me. So often I get to say just, that's my attack. That's my attack. You're blue now. No, isn't that... No, Sans doesn't say that because Sans never gets into a funny situation. He just fucking says, goes right to the throat. Holy shit, this first chat. Oh God, we're 100... PSA from Safi. 50,000 words is a small novel. 11 chapters. And 12... And 120 words is not 11 chapters. That is not 11 chapters. That is not 11 chapters. What drugs are you on? I mean, to be fair, it's because of the medium. You can put like 50,000 words in an upload or something, or more, so it's not like it's telling you not to. Jesus. I wish I had some inspiration. But I don't. I got a lot of ideas, but no inspiration. Anyway, let's cut the recording. Safi, you gotta cut the recording at some point. You can't just keep rolling in the dough, as they say. I'm still glad that I managed to finish up. Anon gets blackmailed to organizing Halloween. I still got an original idea for the rest of it, but man. Really? 25th of September is the last time I uploaded for this. Jesus. I don't know what to do with myself. Sometimes you just don't. Alright, I'm looking at some numbers. Oh yeah, I got a new user subscriber. Ain't that something neat? Has to happen at some point, but let's get to it. Safi, stop the recording already.